to a city. My father built the skyline of New York City. And this is the thanks he gets?
Look, we know Eric Trump's reputation at this point.
Traditionally, nepotism is not considered a sin based on malice like greed or violence. It's a sin of bias, of loving someone so much it clouds your judgment about their potential merit. The issue with nepotism is the way it undermines a meritocracy and now has saddled this president with really an unenviable conflict of interest should he ever have to choose between the national interest and his family.
And we know how Trump's son got to where he is in the first place.
You know, we're going to keep the moral fabric of this country because when you watch the nonsense on TV, when you see these animals literally taking over our cities.
From his bigotry at rallies, where he called protesters marching in the name of police accountability and anti-racism animals, when really...
You broke the contract when you killed us in the streets and didn't give up. You broke the contract when for 400 years we played your game and built your wealth. You broke the contract when we built our wealth again on our own, by our bootstraps in Tulsa, and you dropped bombs on us. When we built it in Rosewood and you came in and you slaughtered us. You broke the contract, so f*** your Target. F*** your Hall of Fame. As far as I'm concerned, they could burn this to the ground. And it still wouldn't be enough. And they are lucky that what black people are looking for is equality and not revenge.
He should just sit down and listen to the plight of black Americans, as Kimberly Jones did ever so passionately in the wake of the 2020 protests.
As Martin Luther King Jr. once said, life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? When I was 22 years old, I founded the Eric Trump Foundation to benefit St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, an incredible, incredible organization. I run my foundation based on the principles my father taught me: honesty, integrity, and values. I expect other charities to be run by the same moral code, not serve as conduit for personal enrichment, not become a beacon of corruption and scandal. To whom much is given, much will be required.
Truly remarkable considering what now this put together in the following clip.
Right after college, Eric and a few friends created the Eric Trump Foundation, a public charity which raised money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital in Tennessee. And since its inception, all the way to 2016, the charity has raised $16.3 million. But of course, not all of it went to the sick kids suffering from cancer. According to Forbes, $1.2 million that was supposed to go to the research of dying children was instead reportedly dished out to the family business, some of it used for fundraising golf events. Donors to Trump's charity were told the money was going to child cancer research, but $500,000 was redonated to other charities, many of which were connected to the Trumps and their interests. $25,000 of it was donated to a Louisiana artist foundation who painted a portrait of Donald Trump. That painting later showed up in a 2014 Eric Trump photo shoot.
It takes a certain villainous, cartoonish-like figure to say what he does, then do the complete opposite.
It's incredible. It is nice to say Merry Christmas again, and it is a beautiful thing to celebrate all the holidays with beautiful little kids like this. I mean, this is what America's all about, and this is what the American dream's all about, and, you know, this is why we have an incredible country, because we can sit there with the Santa Claus and with beautiful trees and eat ice cream and open presents and love one another and, you know, and see little ones grow, and it's the best of this nation, and I'm proud of him for reinvigorating so much of it.
Ah, yes, of course, the conservative rallying cry of the war on Christmas. Classic.
As far as the war on Christmas goes, I feel like we should be waging a war on Christmas. I mean, I believe that Christmas, it's almost proven that Christmas has nuclear weapons, can be an imminent threat to this country, that they have operative ties with terrorists, and I believe that we should sacrifice thousands of American lives in pursuit of this war on Christmas. and hundreds of billions of dollars of taxpayer money. I would like Bob to tell me who is the person who has been offended by someone saying Merry Christmas to them. I've never met that person. I don't celebrate Christmas, but if someone says Merry Christmas to me, and I either think, well, it's a little bit odd. It's like me saying Happy Birthday to you on my birthday, but no one cares.
Well done by Sam Cedar of The Majority Report, and a clip that has aged like a fine wine.
You can have dinner with anybody dead or alive. You can't say Trump. You can't. Well, you are Trump, but you can't say your father. I've already had dinner with him plenty of times.
How about Jesus?
Jesus, that's a good answer.
That'd be a good one, right?
What would you ask him?
Oh, God. Did you envision this happening to the United States of America? And did you ever envision a person as incompetent as Joe Biden running the United States of America?
He learned well from his father, didn't he?
Okay. You mentioned the Bible. You've been talking about how it's your favorite book. I'm wondering what one or two of your most favorite Bible verses are and why.
I wouldn't want to get into it because to me that's very personal. You know, when I talk about the Bible, it's very personal, so I don't want to get into verses. I don't want to get into...
There's no verse that means a lot to you that you think about or cite?
The Bible means a lot to me, but I don't want to get into specifics.
Even to cite a verse that you like? No,
I don't want to do that.
You're an Old Testament guy or a New Testament guy?
Probably equal. I think it's just an incredible... The whole Bible is an incredible... I joke very much so. They always hold up The Art of the Deal. I say my second favorite book of all time.
This nonsense is passed down from one Trump to another, all in the name of politics, and it is gross.
My father sees one color, green. That's all he cares about. He cares about the economy, right? He does not see race. He's the least racist person I've ever met in my entire life.
Come on, man.
If I were starting off today, I would love to be a well-educated black because I really believe they do have an actual advantage today.
Why do we want these people from, quote, all these whole countries here? Mr. Trump was referring to African nations and Haiti before suggesting the U.S. should have more people from places like Norway.
They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists.
My father wants a safe country, and he also wants Americans to have jobs. I mean, they should come first. You were born in this country. You were born here legally. You're here legally, right? I mean, wages have been stagnant for the last 15 years, and it's because you have, Syrian refugees coming in. It's because you have, thousands of people coming over the border. I mean, and Americans are suffering because of it, and that's his point.
None of this was accurate, but was also a clear-cut example of peddling fear in the electorate.
I banned refugees from Syria. I banned refugees from Somalia. Very dangerous places, and from all of the most dangerous places all over the world, I banned them. I said, I'm sorry. And in my second term, we're going to expand each and every one of those bans because we have no choice. Some very rough people, some very, very rough people come out of those areas. They want to blow up our country. We aren't bringing in anyone from Gaza, Syria, Somalia, Yemen, or Libya.
Painting a broad brush that every single person from the places he listed is a T-word is flat out racist, which laid the groundwork for despicable acts such as this.
Omar has a history of launching vicious anti-Semitic screeds.